Coming up on today's show, we are exploring holiday food traditions from all over the world, from Greek to Chinese, Latin to German, and everything in between. I sure hope you're hungry. New Day Cleveland starts right now.
Well, we're talking about the holiday season. We're here at Larder with Jeremy, and I was in here just a couple seconds and someone said, you are the mad scientist.
Don't let my wife hear that. She says that's a very unsexy aesthetic.
Well, your food certainly looks different than I'm used to seeing. Like I go to delicatessens, and I've seen food that looks like this, but it looks like you reinvented a bunch of stuff good for the holidays.
You know, we just want to keep modern sensibilities about these foods, right? You come into a Jewish deli, and these are foods that my grandparents, your grandparents, we've all grown up on them. We all hear about them, the mile-high pastrami and all these things, right? But we lose something as time goes on, right? The sensibilities we connect to of what looks good, what's flavorful, what we like to see, art, aesthetics, all these things change. So we have to, if we want our food to survive, we have to just keep this contemporariness to connect to the people here and now living.
Like growing tradition.
Yeah, because you know, it's great to honor grandma and grandpa, but that was 100 years ago. Things are very different culturally, what we eat, where we get our food from now. So that's what we try to do. You know, for Hanukkah, it's all about the oil, right? So when it comes to that, a lot of people just make fried food, but I want to get you to know, like,
that's the oil in the lamp, you know, the whole thing.
You know, for the miracle of the lights. Yeah. So do a nice salad, marinate it heavily in a good vinaigrette, you know, with a lot of herbs in there and a lot of olive oil, and really get that olive flavor.
This looks so fresh.
You know, just fresh beets shaved with a little carrot and apple, put an olive oil dressing on there. And then you can get into the fried stuff, you know? We've got our potato latkes.
Well, it's so bright.
I mean, and that's the goal, right? During winter, we're eating enough. Our proteins we eat, we're eating a lot of braised meats and stews and stuff. So let's still keep our veggie sides light, you know?
Actually, it's so sweet and fresh.
And that's it, right? This time of year, that's what we crave. We need it. We want spring to be here. Let's eat like it, you know?
What is this?
So this is our latke here. And here we decided to design a latke.
It used to be round.
It used to be round, but listen, for ease of making them, we cut them in squares here. That's just kind of so I can make a big batch at once, right?
Right.
Because I like to be able to put my time and money into like the fun things on there, like the caviar.
So where did that come from?
So we make that. We literally get dayboat caught fish out of Lake Erie. And we get it from the fish boat operators, and we literally go through the exact caviar making process they do with the black eggs.
You know, it doesn't blow me away because when I walked in, I looked into different cabinets. You've got all this great food. You got the dried fish over there.
Yeah, we're making salt cod over there. That's a cod relative called burbo that lives in the Great Lakes. So we'll do some fritters after New Year's.
You got a big fish in here.
We got the smoked whitefish. We got caviar. I got gefilte fish. We really love our Great Lakes, and my lox I'm making now is whitefish too. We don't use salmon.
That looks incredible.
I got this lake here, so we put you know, we might as well use it. So we put the caviar on the latke, but we designed a latke here that we call our inclusive latke. All right, so the only ingredient in it is potato. There's no flour, there's no egg, there's no onion or garlic.
Crispy.
It's fluffy in the inside.
And this caviar is so subtle.
Yeah, very. It has a nice yolky finish, just a faint fishiness, nothing overpowering.
No, it doesn't come at you like a.
And you know, this pairing always unites with a little dairy. So we have some Marchant Manor, Candace Marchant. She's a cheesemaker at Cedar Lee. Fantastic local cheesemaker.
She's great.
Yeah, so I got some of her cottage cheese on there.
That is great.
It's almost as yellow as the caviar.
So your house has got to be good. So this looks like might be going toward dessert.
So listen, I grew up in Northeast Ohio. I'm a Cleveland boy. Dipping my French fries in my Frosty or my milkshake at Tommy's is like, that's what you do, right? So we took it a step further, and we took our latke mix and we molded it into a cup and fry it. And then we have some ube. This is a Japanese purple sweet potato. Mason's Ice Cream around the corner, they make this. So we've got this combo, right? This nostalgic Mideast combo of fried potatoes and ice cream. And we got the latke, we got the sweet potato ice cream, we put a little chocolate sauce and nuts on there, and it's a latke sundae.
Happy Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Hey, thank
to
you,
you too, and all the holidays for everybody out there.
You bet, thank you.
We're dining as the Egyptians do for the holidays. This is the perfect place to come and really get that authentic experience. Hatia welcomed us here today to our beautiful place in Brecksville. King Tut Egyptian Street Food. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thank you for preparing all of this. It's beautiful as always.
Thank you.
And when we think of holiday traditions, I'm assuming you think of things that you want to prepare, that you prepare with your family every year, right?
Yes.
And grape leaves are one of those.
Of course, yes, number one.
They're a staple.
Yes.
You have to have them.
Yes.
And what I think I love about that is it's not just that it becomes a tradition that you make that is food to eat, but it becomes a tradition making it in the kitchen.
Exactly, with the family. Yes, yes. So as we always did with like my mom and before her, we always used to cook for the holidays together, prepare everything, even this food and more of desserts too and everything. So one of the most important items, it's grape leaves. So it takes hours
A long time.
to do it, to prepare it, to roll it, and then we finish it in few minutes.
And
so
now I know different countries do the filling differently. Do you use meat in yours?
yes, we do. So most of Egyptians, we do ground beef, onions, and rice. Of course, along with oil, butter, lemon, all these additions. Some other like Arabic countries, they put vegetables, cut tomatoes, parsley. So it's different, but at the end, it's always very good.
Now you can always come here to get aside from the holidays and get some delicious. You always serve them with the side, right?
With the yogurt sauce.
So the
yes,
yogurt
yeah.
sauces, and that's a tradition for the holidays
Yes,
too, right?
yes,
You can't
yes,
have a grape
yes,
leaf
yes.
without the yogurt sauce.
Yes,
Now,
yeah.
what about the soup that you prepared?
Okay, so this soup is it's really healthy. It's red lentil soup, so it's not the regular lentil. It's red. We cook it actually with even more vegetables. So we add tomatoes, onions, potatoes, carrots. Then we cook it all on the stove together till it's like this thickness. And then we, at the end, we just add a little bit of onions in oil and then add the actual mixture till it boils very good. It's very good for the winter time. It's very warming. And we just started for the winter time 3 weeks ago and it's going very good. Yes.
I bet it is. And this will be a great first course if
Yes,
you were looking for
yes,
some
yeah,
Egyptian food for the
yes,
holidays then
yes,
too, right?
exactly, yeah, yeah.
There's nothing better than good lentil soup.
Yes.
And before I try one or maybe both, I just have to point out these beautiful drinks because when you come here, you can get some delicious drinks that you're not going to find in many places, right?
Yes.
Is this mango?
It is mango, and this is mint lemonade, and the third one is the hibiscus.
Which I love.
Yes.
It is delicious.
So actually, all the three of them, they are all fresh, squeezed, and prepared here
I want to come
at the house.
to
So
your house
Yeah.
for the holidays.
Of course, you're
Now,
more
are
than
these
welcome.
staples that are added on to most dishes?
no, actually, those especially for this.
And what
So
is
this called kushari. Okay, it's very famous in Egypt. Everywhere you can find stores and restaurants selling this. It's a mix of lentil, rice, elbow, macaroni, chickpeas, and fried onions. And then it has a side of vinaigrette with garlic and hot sauce.
I know a good grape leaf when I see one, and let me tell you, these look wonderful. No, you serve them hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot
Always hot, yes, yes.
I knew it was going to be amazing. No one else is getting it here. It's a beautiful spot to come for lunch, for dinner, or to create some wonderful ideas for yourself for the holidays. Thank you so much.
Of course, thanks for coming.
So good.
After the break, an Irish holiday feast from savory to sweet.
say cheese, folks, and I'm not talking about smiling to get your photograph taken. I'm talking about enjoying some of the most beautiful cheese you've ever seen, and it's made right here in Cleveland Heights at Marchand Manor Cheese by Dr. Marchand. Nice to see you.
Thank you, David. It's great
So
to be
should I call
here.
you doctor or Candace?
I answer to both.
To both. You've got the most beautiful little place. We're on Lee Road, right down the street from the Cedar Lee Theater.
Yep.
Little street on the side. What's this called here?
Tullamore.
Tullamore. Easy to find, free parking in the building, so that's good news in Cleveland Heights now. But when you come in here, you're going to find a treasure. Like, what do we have on this table? This is one little room here at Marchand Cheese.
Well, the shop is known for the cheeses that we make. We sell our cheeses, other domestic cheeses, and it's really a shop that's a cheese board waiting to happen. We sell jams and olives and pickles and crackers and bread and, of course, wine and beer and cider.
First time I came in here, I was spinning around so many different things you want to try. So it's one of those places you got to come often, and it's very comfortable to do. Sort of funny, you got a big vault back here. So
We do.
What was that room for?
Well, this used to be U.S. Bank.
Oh,
and
I thought
now-
you were locking up your valuable cheese.
Yeah, the cheese vault in the back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's making cheese here. So I came in earlier. You were making some cheese. You had a big pot of was that milk or cream?
It was milk.
Yeah.
It was whole milk.
So what was going on with that?
So we were making ricotta cheese, and I actually teach cheese making classes, and you can come and make ricotta
Like a
yourself
party?
at the shop. Yeah, yourself or a party and your best friends. So you start with a vat of milk, and you heat it up, and in this case we heat it up all the way to 195, almost to boiling. And then to make cheese, you have to add acid, and we add vinegar. So it's distilled white vinegar and salt, and it immediately goes from a frothy white
was amazing.
milk, yeah, to little bits of curd, and then this kind of greenish liquid, which is the whey, you know, the little
Right,
Miss Muffet.
curds and whey.
Yes, eating curds and whey.
Last time I was here was in the afternoon, and you put together these beautiful little cheese samples. What are those?
Right, those are our grazing plates. And we have two types. We have a 4-cheese grazing plate that is just our Marchand Manor cheeses, or a 5-cheese plate that includes a lot of the other cheeses that we have at the shop. And we'll serve it to you on a lovely either china platter or a custom wood platter, and you can spice it up with meat or nuts and dried fruit, and of course a lovely baguette.
Everything is so nice and dainty and delicious. I thought maybe we should go see what's happening with the ricotta.
Sounds great.
We can finish it up.
Yes, yes.
Here we are to put this together. So this was the result of that?
Yeah, so this is the ricotta that we've made, and it's still warm. You've never had ricotta, like
Never.
warm ricotta.
I've heard them talk about it in the movies. You know,
Yeah.
they say, oh, your mom's ricotta is no good. No, my mom's ricotta is the best. So I knew somebody made it. So what do we do?
Well, so we're going to serve this today as a crostini.
What do you do with the herbs?
We've chopped up fresh mint, and we're going to add that to the ricotta, and fresh
Dill?
dill.
Dilly do.
Yeah, it gives it a really wonderful, lovely, fresh.
Should I cut one of these?
Oh, yeah, that's great. Go for it. That's a really fresh baguette, and we're going to cut slices of the fresh baguette
So when people come here, the fresh baguettes are available.
every day.
Hey, you know what else?
Every day.
You have some beautiful cheese tools too.
Yes, we do. We have knives and all sorts
Okay,
of.
I got two nice little pieces.
Yeah,
You
we can
cannot.
put those here.
You can't believe, folks, what this smells like. That dill just wakes you
yeah,
up,
the
doesn't
dill
it?
and the mint with the ricotta, and then we put that on top of the crostini.
It smells wonderful, and the beautiful wines you have also available by the glass.
Yeah, we have wines by the bottle and by the glass.
There you go.
And a selection of wines from Ohio, from around the country, and internationally as well.
Dr. Marchand, I'm glad you retired from medicine. Because now we got something beautiful
Now we
here.
have something great to eat.
Just grab it, huh?
Yep, just go for it.
I'm gonna take a little piece off here first. It's still warm. I've never had this warm before.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely, fresh dairy, very almost sweet, maybe a little salty, and with the dill.
I don't want to lose that.
With the dill and the mint, it's really great.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
This is Irish hospitality at its finest, and I'm really hoping I get invited for the holidays because I am here at Liam and Kellen's Red Shamrock in Norwalk. This is the Marshall family. Their dad, Matt, is here with me now, and you guys really know how to put together a delicious looking spread. And these items that we see in front of us, these are all traditional holiday items that you would find for what? Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day?
Yeah, we have a blend in. We have New Year's Eve, we have Christmas, and we have a little bit of Thanksgiving items too. So, but yeah, this is what we would do in our family traditionally.
Well, so the Red Shamrock is named after your children, so I think it would only be appropriate if we have Kellen start us off.
This is a peach cheesecake, and we get all our cakes made by Baker on the Square in Milan, Ohio.
Ooh, so you're keeping it local, you're supporting other small businesses, that's really good.
This is Guinness chocolate cake.
So what's on this side?
So on this side, we're looking at a apple crumble cake here, breads and cheeses, tavern ham, Irish Guinness stew, red velvet cheesecake.
That is prime rib roast.
Ooh.
We always feature prime rib on Saturdays.
Oh, really?
So,
Now, is that something that you traditionally will have during the holidays then?
possibly.
Possibly. What about this right here? That looks delicious.
It's a delicious bread bowl that we have made for many years.
Is this something that your ancestors who came over from Ireland, they kind of gave you the inspiration because this is what they did, or is this more of a modern Americanized take?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the recipes are modernized, inherited some recipe cards. So
Yeah.
basically I was going through the recipe cards and just modernized some of these things.
Yeah.
Most of these items are what we would have traditionally done in our family during the holidays. We would have done a roast beef and prime rib, and then for Thanksgiving we would have had cranberry relish and
Right.
stuffing, of course, and turkey.
So I guess that's one of my questions too. Growing up as a kid, is there any particular menu item that we see here where you just knew when that was placed on the table, you know, you were celebrating something?
Yeah, definitely. That's our corned beef and cabbage platter right
Okay.
here. So we had a secret family recipe for our mustard sauce, and it's really the whole reason why I started Red Shamrock. That mustard sauce is phenomenal, and what we would have done with it is just dump it over everything on the plate
really?
and smother everything with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that is really for us the corned beef and cabbage, probably the most traditional thing we would have done.
Yeah.
Versus the more Americanized items like roast beef and things.
Sure.
Turkey for
Right.
Thanksgiving. So
There's this fine balance of paying homage to your ancestors and then also kind of creating your own unique spin and your own traditions that you want to pass down to your family as well, right?
absolutely, and it's just really good too.
Well, I mean,
so.
it looks good. There's a reason, I think, why you have that Irish hospitality within you, and this is just incredible. And I heard in Ireland they celebrate the holidays for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So they will keep the party going as long as possible. Probably would be 3 weeks if they could get away with it.
And is that kind of what happens here at
Yeah.
Liam and Kellen's Red Shamrock?
Yeah, we'll keep that party going for as long as possible.
All right, well, I don't know about you guys, but I need to try this mustard that you talk about.
Yes.
So I'm gonna sign off because this food, I mean, just invite me over because I'm staying all night.
When we come back, classic Chinese cuisine to get you in the holiday spirit.
Every day is a new day. Follow New Day Cleveland on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, it's holiday season. We're at Abundance on Lee Road. I think we're in Cleveland Heights, right?
We're in Cleveland Heights. That's
Leo
right.
Fung. Did I do it right?
You did it perfectly.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
So nice to see you. I love your place. It's
Very nice
fantastic.
to
We're talking
see
about the
you.
holidays. What do you want to show us how to make?
So this is a very personal dish that I've grown up eating. My grandfather used to make this every year for Chinese holidays, and this is called lion's head, but it's also called four happiness meatball. Usually those meatballs come in four. That means fortune, good luck, longevity, and happiness.
Don't forget happiness.
Don't forget happiness.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
So
You put them in here.
I put them in the.
So we got about 8 of them, right?
We got 8 of them. I think I secretly ate one. There's only 7.
There we go.
All right.
So this is what it looks like. This looks pretty good, huh?
Looks pretty good. We have sugar, we have cooking wine, soy sauce, dark soy, and those spices are really easily accessible for like our, consumers here as
Nutmeg,
well.
star anise, cinnamon.
It's like a Chinese black cardamom, star anise, cinnamon, fennel, a little bit like dried chili, and bay leaves.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we're gonna toss them in there. If you want to toast your spice and toss them in there, that's even better.
Makes them wake up a little.
Absolutely.
Wake
I love
up.
it. Wake up, guys. All right, so we're gonna need
All your
some
food
cooking
smells
oil.
so exotic
Oh, thank
and
you.
delicious at the same time. You know, like you can't quite recognize it. Your senses keep wanting to chase each and every one little nuance of it.
Oh, thank you. It's almost like putting a little bit of work in there.
Yeah.
Almost.
I know. You're a magician.
Oh, thank you. Because those meatballs are so big, what I was always looking forward to when I was a little kid, my grandfather would work those meatballs for a very long time and then put them on the stove, and that'll stew for at least an hour.
So they don't
for it to
come
be cooked
apart.
through. They don't come apart. So yeah.
We got the pot boiling. What's next?
So that's gonna be on the fire for an hour. In the meantime, you have to make dumplings because you cannot not eat dumplings during
Okay.
Chinese holidays. You have that as an oval, and then you kind of close it in the middle. You got it. You're making progress.
I'm making progress.
Yes. Holiday season, we definitely overcook in the family. It's the same wherever you are. So we have some like leftover chicken that I chopped up. That's already roasted. And cabbage, fresh vegetables sitting around. Doesn't matter what vegetables you have in the house.
Okay.
So what I do is
This is the salad.
this is a salad.
This
is like
is the
an
salad
appetizer.
for our dinner. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we pull everything together and see what it looks like?
Sounds perfect.
Where does one start as we begin our holiday meal with you?
I would probably go for 2 of the small dishes first.
Uh-huh.
That's an appetizer. That's an appetizer. This is on the spicier side.
And this is beautiful eggplant that was
Oh yeah,
steamed,
thank you. It's
right?
steamed and it's sauced.
And these are whose heads?
This is lion's heads.
Lion's heads. So don't
Yes,
forget that.
capture them.
Here at Abundance, we're getting a little taste of what happens in many parts of China.
This is more like it's more my family style, northern style, and then specifically my family would eat like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to note, folks, that you can learn how to do all this stuff too because you have classes here.
I do have classes
This is
here.
great.
Yeah.
So for the happy holidays, say happy holidays, or how do you do it?
节日快乐.
There you go. You can say that again.
节日快乐.
Still ahead, a modern take on a traditional Italian holiday dish.
celebrate the holidays with cuisine from around the world, Italy has to be included in this list. And I am at one of the cutest spots in Lakewood, Molto Bene. I have Gonzalo and Kevin with me and some beautifully cooked food right here. Thank you both for having me in.
Thank you for having us.
So when we're thinking about some good Italian traditions, holiday meals, this would be one of the ones that comes to mind.
Yes. We would say that's the cioppino is probably one of our more favorite dishes to have during the holidays because it's obviously colder than obviously here as well in Cleveland. It's really cold. So then you eat the cioppino, it just warms you up and then you just feel great.
Now, the cioppino, there's a lot going on in there, right? How many different types of seafood do we have in there? I feel like you could get the Feast of the Seven Fish basically in one dish.
Exactly, yeah. That is the idea, yes. We have scallop, shrimps, mussels, calamari, fish, codfish, everything together in one dish.
It smells, and what kind of sauce is it in?
It's a homemade sauce with a white wine sauce and red sauce and garlic, all the spices, you know.
All the good things. Top it off with a little bit of bread. Now, how about that duck in the front? Could this be maybe a day after the holidays kind of dish?
Sure.
Yes, you definitely could. You definitely could. Yeah, I mean, it would be hard to fit both things in one day because you feel stuffed, but
of course.
I would say the duck is definitely another dish that we have for the holidays. It's really, really good to have as well, especially like for big sort of get-togethers or reunions or something. It's really good.
What is it about the duck that you think people love so much?
Well, that is the season for the duck here in America. I like clear, you know, like roast duck. I think the mashed potato is a good garnishment for them. And on top we have a reduced marsala sauce with onion, carrots, capers, olives, very Mediterranean sauce.
It's just presented so beautifully too. And that's what I know.
Tastes better.
It's all. It tastes even better than it looks.
Even better, yeah.
Well, that's when you know it's a home run. So you also brought a couple of other wonderful things. I mean, you can't go wrong if you're doing some kind of Italian feast and you have multiple plates.
That one
the burrata would be
absolutely
a great starter, right?
A caprese burrata is a great start for sure.
And just because I love a good shrimp dish, that pasta dish looks absolutely wonderful too.
Yeah. It's a very, very nice sauce, you know, a little bit spicy, but the shrimps for me are perfect. It's a perfect combination between pasta and shrimp.
Now I have to go for one of them. I'm thinking if we're talking about the holiday tradition, so maybe a little bit of seafood from this. I love when you come here too, you've paired things so well. You have whites and reds, you have some delicious wines.
Correct, thank you.
And so we'd go with the white with the seafood, right?
Yeah,
is that what you would recommend?
You can mix it up, but if I have to recommend, I recommend you.
Don't worry, we don't judge you. You can drink whatever you want. But if you want something that pairs better, seafood, white wine for sure.
That is so good. I only had one.
You have more to go.
So reservations preferred here, correct?
Yes, preferred. You can still walk in, but I would definitely recommend that you get a reservation because we're super busy all the time.
What is your favorite dish for the holidays, you two? If you're looking at an Italian dish and you think this would be for me, would it be the cioppino?
I would say the
For me, I go with the
I'd definitely go there.
I third that one. It is amazing, and that's what we're going to keep on digging into. Again, they're here in Lakewood. If you want an intimate space to maybe even celebrate the holidays beforehand, come here and take their traditions and bring them home to you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Are you ready for a little Christmas celebration, German style? We're at the Hofbrau House with Andy, and Andy, you got all this stuff out here, and it looks like a puzzle I can't put together.
Well, we try to get for you is a classic Christmas dinner that you would have in Germany, particularly Bavaria.
Can you do it here at the Hofbrau House too?
Absolutely. We serve this on Christmas Eve, and it's now become a tradition here. So.
Okay, so you got some pretty cool looking stuff here. So what's this, and when do you drink that? Because I'm ready to drink just about anything.
Yeah, you have to start first of all with a libation, okay? Because you have to get fortified before you can make the meal.
I like the fortification.
Go ahead and taste our beer. That's
taste
our
the beer?
Doppelbock. It's award-winning.
How do you say Prost? Do you say
Prost?
Prost. Okay, there we go. I got
yes.
That.
And it's very malty. It's very seasonal from the standpoint that, you know, it gives you a warm feeling when you've had that.
Well, a couple of these, you have a warm feeling.
Yes, you
All right,
would.
that's right.
For the ladies, we
You'd be looking for the men's room too. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. For the ladies, we have blue wine, which is a mull wine with cinnamon stick. It gives you that same warm feeling. So now what we start is we're going to have for our main meal is what's called rouladen. Normally, you would also have either a goose or a duck, but rouladen has become more popular of late. So what we do is we have
a piece of beef?
Beef of beef. This is round steak. You start first of all with Dusseldorf mustard, and you really lay this stuff
Can you
on
say
it.
Dusseldorf with an accent?
Yeah, Dusseldorf.
Yeah, I like it. Sounds better already.
So we have
Now what do we do
Dusseldorf
with it?
mustard. Now you put on the bacon.
Okay.
So we have smoked
Take the toothpick
applewood
out or
bacon.
no?
No, not yet, not yet. Now, there's one important thing here that I added. I added the mustard first, then I put down the smoked bacon.
Okay.
Most people like putting the smoked bacon up and down.
Yep.
Problem with that is you don't get the flavor on the ends. So I
Ooh.
put it sideways. You put some sliced onion, you put some pickle, some German dill pickle in here, and then you put just a touch of salt and pepper.
There you
Don't
go.
be skimpy with this. Now what you do, just start roll it up. This is the roll in the rouladen. And you just pick it up.
So rouladen means a thing that's rolled.
That's correct. And then you take that toothpick that we almost lost and stick it in the meat.
Andy, I'm here watching. We aren't
There you
losing
go.
anything.
Okay, and there you go. So now you have the rouladen that you then place in a fry pan. You basically sear it on all sides.
Yep.
Then you put it in a pan with carrots, leeks, celery, and onions.
And then it
Fry
looks like
those
this.
up, a little garlic. Yes, then at the end product, after it's been in the oven for an hour for 350 degrees, it comes out like this. You serve it with our spätzle, which is house made here, and also with our red cabbage.
Wow.
So now you need to take that knife and fork and cut into it. Then the gravy is the most important part.
Here?
Yes. It really,
I'm like
you
Natalie
miss the
now. She's
flavor.
got to get everything on the fork.
There you go.
It's delicious.
Keeper, do we keep it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like a roast beef kind of flavor.
Exactly. And the best part now, my assistant needs to come over here and put some real juice on it.
Here we go.
Go ahead, pour that on there, because we want
That's a
big.
special. Look at that.
All right, and then we got to get him a spoon. And Dave, you got to try this because.
Hey, so what goes in the big pot here?
Well, this is where the berries go all during the season. This is called rumtopf.
Rumtopf.
Right, but basically what we have here, we'll give you a spoon.
I'll take a fork's good.
Hey, fork's good. And then what we do is you take your raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, as you can see there, and you fill it with 151 rum and lots of sugar. Okay?
151 rum. Yeah, here we go.
Try it. Well, you don't want it to spoil over the year. How's that taste?
I think I'll be preserved.
Yes, you will be. This is a classic. And then guess what? How you finish it again?
Okay, I'm gonna put this down.
Yeah, put it down.
I gotta
Put
tell
it
you.
here.
So, how many days, how many weeks does Christmas here at the Hofbrauch House take place? This kind of
Basically, we
celebration.
start right after Thanksgiving. We go till after New Year's. We'll be open New Year's Day. We have a keg tapping that night, so why don't you bring your family down and we'll tap another keg.
We'll
for
have
the New
another
Year's.
great time.
Pork and sauerkraut that day.
I love it.
So,
Prost.
Prost.
Beautiful.
When we return, our global holiday feast continues with some classic Ukrainian meats and more.
Road trips, recipes, and much more. Go to fox8.com and click on the New Day Cleveland tab.
Opa!
Opa!
It is time for some Greek holiday traditions, so there's no better place for us to go than Astoria here in Gordon Square. Chef Corey Krabinski, one of my favorites, and he also happens to be making one of my favorite things. Grape leaves are a staple this time of year.
Absolutely. This is on every Greek table during the holidays. We normally do a rice stuffed grape leaf, but for the holidays we're doing a bulgur stuffed grape leaf.
Why is that?
And the reason being is a lot of these old traditional recipes are brought up from peasant recipes, hardship times. During hardships, during the war times, bulgur was something that was readily available, very healthy, very inexpensive, as opposed to rice, which was more of a luxury item during these times. So bulgur was used in place of rice in a lot of dishes.
I love that. So going back to the roots
We're
of it
going back
all.
to the roots. We're
I
going
love
back
that.
to those peasant where these peasant recipes originated. So we're doing an herb stuffed bulgur with onions, a bunch of herbs like dill, mint, parsley.
It smells so good. I
green
wonder
onion.
why. There's
it's
so
beautiful.
Okay, so parsley, green onion, mint, dill.
Yep.
And then we
with
mix
bulgur, some onion, a little salt and pepper. So very simple, just getting some aromatics in there, and we're gonna let all the cooking process add more flavor to it. So I'm gonna have you helping me out.
Okay, you do one, I'll do one.
Your skills. We're gonna,
Rolling grape leaves. I can just imagine adorable Greek grandmothers in a kitchen working together, and the children and grandchildren learning from them.
Absolutely.
And
it's a beautiful family process where everyone's around the table doing this together, enjoying each other's company, and just
the
enjoying
memories.
life.
The memories are created. Is this fat?
And so something that we're going to add, especially during the holidays, we're going to be adding a little lardo, some back fat from the pig. During the holidays, again, this being peasant hardship times, they would get one hog, they would butcher it, and it would last through the holidays into the new year. So they're trying to find out what to use with the let's say not the lean meat, but more of just the scraps of the
To use everything,
animals,
to use it all.
To use everything. And so we're adding a little pork fat with it. That's going to add flavor and a little saltiness to it.
Okay, so
we're going to start by just going to ramping up here. We're going to fold from the back. We're going to bring the sides in.
Okay, let's. We're
Very
getting
good.
there. We're getting
and then
there.
roll it up top. And that's where we have our grape leaf.
Honestly, I'm surprised that mine looks.
I think
that
yours
good.
is better than mine. Look at that. It's beautiful.
If I beat Chef Corey at something, this is
Look at that. Look at my mess.
I think it's the way I tucked it. It's the way I tucked it. So once you've made a lot of these, you put them in a pot like this, and there's potatoes on the bottom. So why is that?
We're wrapping potatoes. We're going to put potatoes on the bottom. We want to prevent burning.
The fact of the matter is you come in here, you get to eat, but then you also have the experts help you pick out the things that you would need to create these things at home, or they have a grab and go section where you can pretend like you made the grape leaves and Corey won't tell, right?
I won't say anything.
You can find it all here at Astoria in Gordon Square. Ready to dig in now? Now I can let you finish your grape leaf.
You have to
and
try
I'm going to try
warm.
one. Okay.
There's nothing like a warm grape leaf.
I know. I think a mess. It's so good.
I am here at State Meats in Parma, and this is a place, whether it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Day, you name it, we always have to stop here. And I'm with the wonderful owner, George Salo. So good to see you.
Nice to see you.
So I want to talk about tradition, because Eastern European culture, there are a lot of similarities, but there are also some differences. Now, you're Ukrainian.
Yes.
So when it comes to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, are there certain food items that are especially popular at the dinner table?
So for Christmas Day, everybody's always stopping in to buy our fresh kibasi or smoked kibasi, as you see it hanging right behind us over here. Christmas Eve, people are traditionally eating no meat, so they're coming in to grab their pierogies or their sauerkraut, and then a few of our other specialty items as well.
And all of that is made right here?
Right here, yeah. So we're a federal facility, so we've got the USDA here every single day. And we're making all of the meat in the back room, and then all of our pierogies and stuffed cabbages and salads we make next door at Mama Maria's.
Now, I want to talk about the kielbasa because the kielbasa is the main reason that we come in here, and then we end up going home with babka and all sorts of other things. For people that aren't familiar, what is the biggest difference? And it seems probably pretty simple to say, but between fresh kielbasa and smoked kielbasa.
So the smoked kielbasa is cured and smoked, and it comes out of our smokehouse fully cooked and ready to eat. So you can slice it up cold with like cheese and crackers, or serve it warm with sauerkraut. And our fresh kielbasa is uncured, unsmoked, and we have that raw in the case. So you'd have to take that home and prepare it, bake it in the oven. That's how we prefer it. Or some people love to put that on the grill. So if it's warm enough, which it's getting a little bit warmer during Christmas, grilling is the best way to go.
All right, so we talked about Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. You said New Year's Day, no meat?
So no, New Year's Day, traditionally everybody eats pork.
That's right. Now, do you know the reason why?
Because pigs can't walk backwards.
That's right. And like if you eat chicken,
You're scratching for money.
Yes, my mom taught and my babsha taught me that. So that is a tradition that we follow as well. So no meat, so usually the sauerkraut or the kapusta.
Yep.
And pork.
And then pork.
Yeah.
That's traditional. Yep.
And what about desserts? Because I see some desserts in that freezer over there too.
Yep.
And I know that we can come here for the kielbasa, the pierogis, all that stuff.
Sure. So we're getting into Thanksgiving, so it's November. So right now we have our peanut butter pie that we make, that we have available for Thanksgiving. And then year-round, we actually have the kolachki.
Oh, yes.
That we make.
And you make those in-house
And
as
we
well.
make those next door at Mama Maria's as well.
Apricot is my favorite.
Okay, we don't have an apricot.
George, maybe in the new year you'll have to bring in the apricot. That's a popular one.
So we've got the cheese, the walnut, and then the
raspberry?
Cherry. Yeah, cherry.
Cherry, not raspberry?
No.
Those are two of my
And
favorites.
then we also make our own crepes.
Oh.
So we make the crepes. And
Is
then
that a
the filling.
Ukrainian tradition? Crepes?
Absolutely.
Really? I did not know that. And what do you usually put inside of
So
those?
we make 3 different flavors. We make a sweet cheese, we make a blueberry, and a cheese.
I mean, this is perfect. So, and I also want to mention, you also offer catering items, right?
Yeah. Out of Mama Maria's. So we've got a full catering menu on our website at www.statemeats.com.
So that's perfect. So if you feel like preparing the food, you can get the food from here. If you don't feel like preparing it, just reheating it, they also have you covered. George, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Still to come, we're wrapping things up with some Hispanic holiday favorites. David and I want to thank Dillard's Beechwood for helping us to look our best every day on New Day Cleveland. Did you know the Eastside location is Dillard's Midwest flagship store? They carry hard-to-find designer brands in fashion, footwear, home goods, and beyond. Not to mention, you can shop with a personal stylist at no cost. If you like our style, check out Dillard's Beechwood.
Oh, I love getting in a good kitchen. We are here at Empanadas Latin Street Food. Jennifer brought us to our Brunswick location here.
Yes.
Thank you for having me in.
Thank you for coming.
This is exciting. So we're talking, fun ways that we can really ramp up the holidays with a Puerto Rican, Latin, Hispanic flair, right?
Yes.
So what did you grow up having as traditions?
Tradition, I grew up with macaroni salad, the pork, the pernil, and the yellow rice with the pigeon peas, and then a side of dessert. So the tradition, the yellow rice, the pernil, and the macaroni salad.
Okay, so macaroni salad we have right in front of us now, huh? We're
Yes.
gonna put this together?
Yes.
Okay.
We have macaroni, we already boiled it.
Okay.
Put it in here. Boiled eggs.
If you wonder what that noise is while we're doing it, it's Pedro over here getting the meat ready too. What kind of meat is it? What kind
That's
of seasoning do you put on the pork?
pernil. So we have like adobo and sofrito and sazon and just all the Hispanic seasonings in there, all mixed together, all blended in together. Now we have green peppers, red peppers, and onions. I'm gonna mix all this. This is delicious.
Do you have a big family that gets together to cook all of these things for the holidays?
Yes, my father-in-law, he cooks it. My sister-in-law, she cooks it. She also has her own restaurant, so they're all
man,
cooks.
so you
they're all cooks.
So you get a break?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome for you. All right,
And
what
then
are ours?
adobo,
Seasoning.
chicken seasoning, and garlic.
Okay.
They're all mixed together in there.
So that definitely gives it a little bit of a
Flair.
yes.
Yeah, the flavorful.
That you're not used to in a traditional
Yes.
macaroni dish.
And
okay, what are our sauces?
Mustard, believe it or not.
Mustard, okay.
Believe
Love
it or
a good
not, mustard.
And you probably have these recipes down. You don't know how much mustard goes in. You don't
No.
measure it. You just
Yep,
do it.
you just do it.
Yeah. That's what I love about the holidays too. For me, is those traditions of you've learned things since you were a kid, and so
Yeah.
you just have it down pat.
Yeah.
You just know it.
There's like no written recipe.
No.
You just kind of know it. And then last, we just do mayo. And mix it all in together. And we have our macaroni split.
This looks
It's a must
yummy
in a Hispanic household gathering.
Okay, so we have this. Pedro's gonna put the pork in the oven.
He's gonna put it in the oven.
I'm gonna go wait out front, and we're gonna have our little feast ready to go.
Yes.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have a lot of hard work in that kitchen. We have it ready to go. Look at this, the pork looks amazing. The rice, I could eat this rice every single day of the week.
Yes,
And
me too.
the macaroni salad, everything looks so good. Now the dessert, this is a tradition for the holidays?
Yes, this is a traditional for the holidays. It's a coconut pudding. It's called tembleque. It's really just made out of coconut milk and cream of coconut, sugar, and a little bit of cinnamon spice and all that stuff. And we eat it after we fill our bellies with the savory dishes. Then we go to the sweet desserts.
So with the family, do you do you have to make a couple of those? Or
we
big,
make a couple of
gigantic
these.
trays?
Yep. We make a couple of these.
So you wrap up the meal with something like that. Now, I had to include the empanadas on
Yes,
the table
of
because
course.
that's what you're known for.
Yes, we're known for our empanadas.
And just sitting in here and watching people come in and order, everyone raves about your empanadas. And I know they rave about the food too. And the best part is, say you want to try this as maybe one of your holiday feasts. They do all the catering that you need.
We do catering. We do catering for holidays, and we do catering for parties, birthdays, anything.
So whether it be around
showers,
the holidays,
baby
whether it
showers.
be all year long.
All year long.
The catering is through the roof. And the food is just delicious. If you want to come here too, when you're maybe on a lunch break or dinner, everything's so fast. You
Yes.
guys are so quick with everything that you do. But it doesn't take away from the quality. The quality is there. It's so authentic.
Yes.
And I know that's what you pride yourselves on too,
Yes.
making sure it's the best of the best.
Yes.
So we're here at the Brunswick location.
Yes.
You have two more.
We have two more. We have the Parma location, which is our first location. We opened in 2019, and then we have our Cleveland location.
So, but if you are looking for some authentic Puerto Rican Latin food, this would be it. I have to the
Yes,
rice.
go ahead.
I can't say no to this rice. Every time it's in front of me, it's just a must. It's just so flavorful.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you so much.
Jennifer, thank you.
Thank you for coming.
That'll do it for today's show. We hope that you've learned a little bit about holiday traditions from all over the world, and maybe, just maybe, you'll implement them into your holiday feast. If you want a complete list of all of the places we visited today or to get a look at what they made, you can go to our website, fox8.com, and just click on that New Day tab. On behalf of David Moss, I'm Natalie Herbeck, and we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.